Reconnaissance drones. These drones are the eyes in the sky. Their primary purpose is surveillance and intelligence gathering, not combat. They're designed to stay in the air for long periods of time, sometimes over 24 hours, while relaying live video and data back to command centers. One of the most famous reconnaissance drones is the RQ-4 Global Hawk, used by the U.S. Air Force. It can fly at 60,000 feet above commercial airliners and scan huge areas the size of entire countries in a single mission. Recon drones are also stealthy. For example, the RQ-170 Sentinel is designed with radar-absorbing materials, making it extremely difficult to detect. These drones are especially valuable in modern conflicts where knowing the enemy's position often decides the battle before it begins. In short, reconnaissance drones turn the battlefield into something closer to a giant chessboard where one side can see every move before it happens. Combat drones. Unlike recon drones, UCAVs, unmanned combat aerial vehicles, are designed for direct strikes. These are sometimes called hunter-killers. They carry missiles, bombs, and precision-guided weapons. The most famous example is the MQ-9 Reaper. It has been heavily used in the Middle East for targeting terrorist leaders. What makes UCAVs powerful is that they can loiter over a battlefield waiting for the perfect moment to strike. Unlike manned jets, they don't get tired, and losing one doesn't mean losing a pilot. Another advantage is surgical precision. UCAVs can strike with pinpoint accuracy, often guided by laser targeting. However, this has also sparked major debates about ethics and civilian casualties, since decisions are made remotely. UCAVs represent a shift from traditional warfare to a future where wars can be fought without sending soldiers into harm's way. Kamikaze drones. These drones are essentially flying bombs. Instead of returning after a mission, they are designed to self-destruct on impact with their target. One well-known example is the Switchblade drone, used by the US and now Ukraine. These are small, portable drones that soldiers can launch from the field. Once airborne, they circle an area until they spot a target, then dive in for the kill. Russia and Iran also use loitering munitions, like the Shahed 136, which has been used in Ukraine. These are cheaper than large missiles and harder to stop because they can be launched in large swarms. Kamikaze drones blur the line between a drone and a missile, making them a game changer for small armies who can't afford expensive aircraft. Electronic warfare drones. Not all drones drop bombs. Some fight in a different way, by jamming enemy signals, disrupting communications, or even hacking into radar systems. For example, Russia has used electronic warfare drones in Ukraine to interfere with GPS signals, making it difficult for Ukrainian artillery to aim correctly. The US also has experimental drones that can shut down enemy radar, creating safe corridors for bombers and fighter jets. Electronic warfare drones are like the silent saboteurs of the battlefield. They don't make explosions. They make the enemy blind, deaf, and confused. Cargo and resupply drones. In many conflicts, soldiers run out of food, ammunition, or medical supplies in dangerous areas. That's where cargo drones come in. The US military has tested drones like the K-MAX, which can carry up to 6,000 pounds of cargo to remote bases. In smaller conflicts, quadcopters are used to drop medical kits or ammo boxes directly into trenches. These drones may not sound glamorous, but they save lives by reducing the need for risky helicopter missions. Naval and underwater drones. The battlefield isn't just in the sky. Drones are also transforming naval warfare. There are unmanned surface vessels, USVs, which look like speedboats packed with explosives. Ukraine has used these against Russian ships in the Black Sea, successfully damaging or sinking warships. Meanwhile, underwater drones are used for spying on submarines, clearing mines, and even delivering torpedoes. The U.S. Navy has been developing large underwater drones like the Orca XLUUV, which can operate autonomously for months. In the future, drone swarms may patrol entire coastlines, making seas much harder to control. Micro and swarm drones. Finally, the smallest, but perhaps the most futuristic, micro drones. These are tiny UAVs, sometimes the size of a bird or even a bug. They can sneak into buildings, gather intelligence, or confuse enemy defenses. The real danger is when they're deployed in swarms. Hundreds of small drones attacking at once, overwhelming even the most advanced anti-air systems.